And welcome back to Lighten Up. I'm sitting here actually with my guest of the evening, Dr. Phoenix Austin.
Hi.
Welcome to the Lighten Up Show. Welcome her to the show. Come on. For a little love, right? Give her the Lighten Up love, the Lighten Up welcome. Dr. Phoenix Austin, I actually found on the internet, basically, because I was checking out some different things, and usually when you open your homepage for your email and stuff, they'll send you certain sites when you certain questions that you're having, and I had like quite a few relationship questions that I had because I wanted to bring that into the show this season.
Okay.
And so when I clicked on, it would be you, and you'd be writing for different magazines and stuff. And I was just really interested and intrigued in, you know, the fact that you talk about all these very different things. So I wanted to bring you on the show. So I really appreciate you coming all the way from Washington, D.C. to the Cayman Islands.
It was fun. Yeah.
Do you like it?
I absolutely love the trip. Yeah, it's beautiful here, and you guys have been so welcoming. So yeah, it feels like home. I don't even feel like I'm
good. We feel like your family too.
Thank
so,
you.
and of course now your family, you have to come back, and
I do.
All that good stuff.
I'll be coming back.
We mightn't treat you as good as we did this time because family just put in the back seat and just come on, let's go.
Okay, I'll accept that as long as I get more food.
Yeah.
And coconuts.
Coconuts.
Yes.
Yeah, and sand and sea. You can't miss with that, right? But let's get serious for a second, right? We're being very light here. But, you know, let's talk about some of the stuff that you do write about. Now, first of all, let's talk about the fact that you are an MD.
Yes.
And now you're a writer. You know, so like a relationship writer, you write about hair, you write about all type of different things. How do you move from being an MD to doing that?
Well, I was actually writing before medical school, and I kind of fell off a little bit because medical school is very grueling, and I was focused on my studies and whatnot. But I did an article in my second year of medical school on diabetes, and it was a very sentimental piece. It was actually on a patient who we had to amputate her foot because she wasn't controlling her diabetes. She didn't have insurance. And I grew to actually get to know her personally and went to church with her a couple of times. So it was kind of, you know, a personal piece for me. And some people saw it, and one of those people worked over at NBC, and they wanted whoever wrote it to come on a daytime talk show and talk about it. So that was my first like media exposure.
Taste
I kind of got bitten by the media bug.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, this is really cool, and I want to see if I can somewhat blend these two together, the health and the communications, and that's essentially what I did. Right.
So and you find yourself writing a lot about relationships and love because that's what's on people's minds.
Yeah, I did a couple. It was actually because I started out on some beauty stuff. That's what I initially was writing on: healthy skin, healthy hair, taking the more medical approach to it, the health and wellness approach. I did some cultural topics because I like to hit on some provocative issues in the news. And a friend of mine, she just asked me, well, why don't you write about, she was having an issue with a guy and was just like, well, I love the way you write, just write on this topic. And I did it, and it became wildly popular. So I just kept writing more and more, also drawing on personal experiences, and I found that a lot of women and even men were connecting with what I had to say. So that's how the relationship stuff came about.
Right, and I mean that's really good because people can actually go to your blog and they can go to your Facebook page as well. So give the viewers some of that information if they wanted to check you out.
Well, the blog is actually drphoenix.com. It's DRPHOENYX. So Phoenix is like the city but a Y instead of an I.com. And you can also find me on Facebook at Phoenix Austin. You can personally add me on my personal page, or you can go to my fan page. And I'm pretty good about updating everything so people know what I'm writing about and what media appearances I'm doing. I've been blogging about that, being here in the Caymans and putting up some pictures.
Beautiful pictures too.
I've got some friends that are hating on me right now, but it's cool.
I know. It's cool. I mean, it's an island that you hate on people that they're actually walking with this crystal blue water that's out there.
The pictures look. The first time I took a couple pictures, I was like, it looks fake. It doesn't even look real.
It does.
It looks like a postcard.
But
it's gorgeous here.
And we don't get to enjoy it as much as we should. Just being working, going to work every day.
Well,
we
it's
should.
Your backyard,
we really should.
So that's nice.
Exactly. But it's been really great having you, and I look forward to actually featuring you, every week just for the next season, just on different topics that we're thinking about, because we are thinking about love, self-care. You have an undergraduate degree in psychology too.
Yeah, I do.
So I know that's, human behavior and relations
me, yes.
is very, very important to you. So I know, it's just something to have someone else kind of give you a different standpoint, because sometimes when you're all mixed up in it, you can't see clear.
Yeah, it's nice to have that objective point of view.
Yeah. What do you enjoy writing about the most these days?
I'm actually working on 2 book projects right now. I enjoy fiction the most. I started out fiction writing, so short stories, poetry, things like that. So the 2 books that I'm working on right now, one is a children's book and the other is an adult fiction book. It's actually a medical thriller.
Okay.
So I'm combining kind of the medicine with, the psychological thriller thing. So that should be out next year. The children's book, I'm looking at releasing it later on this year.
Okay.
And those will be my first books.
Great.
Many more to come. I'm sure there will be a nonfiction book that comes along. I've had people tell me I should write a relationship book.
You should.
So that
eventually that'll probably happen.
I'll probably just compile a lot of things that I've written about and draw from some personal experiences, and I think it should be, it should be a fun book.
Well, you've got a long way to go, so
I've got time.
You have a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
a couple more than me. But you know what? Thank you so much for coming on, and we look forward to following your stuff. We definitely look forward to bringing you back at some point for sure. But check her out, drphoenix.com, and add her on Facebook. She has lots of great topics that are being discussed right on that page.
Yes.
By other people as well, so it's amazing.
Yeah, they chime in a lot.
Yeah.
The women and the men. The men come over too, and they want to give their 2 cents, especially on the relationship topics. Yeah, they want their voices heard.
They always want their voices heard. And we want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah,
we do.
Nice. It's nice to get the male perspective.
For sure. Dr. Phoenix Austin. We'll be back with more Lighten Up. Stay tuned.